All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Eziel, Lancer on Feral Valley. I'm here with JusticeTib with Carpe Noctum, and he's actually going to talk about Carpe Noctum's Vanarch pursuits. The person that's actually going to be holding the title is going to be TSuda, but they run more of a guild council for their guild. So he's going to talk on behalf of Carpe Noctum, and we're just going to talk in general and see how this goes. And so I guess the first question I've got for you, you like to go by JusticeTib or just Justice?
Call me Tib. Everybody calls me Tib. That works.
Okay, good deal. So Tib, so how many folks do you guys actually have like unique users in Carpe Noctum?
Well, now, Carpe Noctum is, I guess, one of the larger guilds on the server. I mean, we tend to rank in the top 3. I believe at present we have around 280, 285 members. Active, I'd say, is probably between 180 and 210. So we typically range between about 20 to 50 members on at any given time.
Good deal. Okay, that's awesome. Now, let's see. You're an archer. What is TSuda? What's his class that he's going to be?
He's actually also an archer as well.
Archer, and what level is he?
He's level 60.
60. Cool deal. Now, have you guys already filed for your candidacy on the server?
Absolutely, absolutely. We did it day 1.
Okay. Now, what providences are you guys actually looking to run?
Well, I mean, overall, I mean, as you've seen, you know, the way the system is set up is you're kind of running for best on a list for I guess one of the continents. Specifically, I think our top pick is the Veritas district.
Okay. Good deal. So now, since Carpe Noctum is kind of run as a council, can you give me a little bit of background of kind of like what MMOs you guys have played together and how long you guys have actually been on Terra?
Absolutely. Well, we've been playing MMOs, I would say going back a little over a decade. Collectively, I think we all kind of came together about 6 years ago. At one point, I actually owned a land center in South Florida. And so the people that I didn't already know, wasn't already playing with, had come in as either customers or friends of friends and so forth. And so we kind of came together and we kind of banded together over World of Warcraft. And so we were running a guild locally, literally out of all in the same room for the most part. So
awesome.
Yeah, it was a unique experience. So we did that for pretty much leading right up to Cataclysm. And then after when Cataclysm launched, we kind of were a little disheartened with the direction that they were taking. So we moved on. We've also, but I mean, we've played games going back from Final Fantasy XI to World of Warcraft, Aeon, Rift, and pretty much every major title in between. SWTOR. We did a short stint with SWTOR until we got to the end and realized there actually was an end to that game.
I think you and a lot of other people were disappointed there.
It was maybe the best leveling experience I've ever had, and as someone who hates leveling, you know, to actually go through a process and enjoy it, I was actually very, very, very happy about that. And then once we got to the end, it was very, very disheartening to see that there was no in-game content. So that was unfortunate.
So now with Terra, were you guys at the beginning of closed beta 1?
Yes, a couple of the members of the officers were participating in that. I wasn't at the time. But they kind of reeled me in. They're like, dude, you got to check out this game. It's really, really awesome. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. And I was feeling a little bit burned after SWTOR, but they were like, oh, and by the way, they had this really cool political system, and I was sold. They got they got me.
Nice.
So I'm sort of acting as the campaign manager, if you will, for the council as we go into this election week.
I got you. Good deal. Now, as far as let's see, with Terra. Now, are you guys? So you basically just like the political system. Was there anything else that you guys really liked as far as about Terra that separated it from the other MMOs?
I mean, I'm sure like many of the larger guilds right here. I mean, we touch everything. We do, you know, everything from PvE to PvP. We're as being as big a target as we are. We're a very big participant in GVGs. Almost none of it is declared by us, but rather declared on us. But we've just, you know, our guys have just learned to deal with it. It's just part of the game, and so we just roll with it. So we're getting better with it, and we're starting to enjoy it right now. So as we're getting higher and higher, you know, our in the beginning, you know, we had some people complaining about it, but now they kind of feel like it's made them better players.
I think it does, absolutely. So now, speaking of PvP and PvE, now is there a preference that the guild as a whole has? Do you guys prefer PvP over PvE or the other way around?
You know, if I were to poll right now, I'd be willing to bet it'd be an even split.
Okay.
Something thereabout. The fact of the matter is, um, we're all about kind of we're a social guild at first, I would say. Despite the fact that we're kind of tapping into these other things, we're very active, but the majority of people who play with us are usually we're friends first and kind of gamers second. So even people that I haven't met and I don't know, and I've just recently met through the game, through Vint and through other things, we become more social in that aspect. And so we kind of take the guild's opinion into what we want to do before we actually participate in any of these projects, which is, again, what kind of led us into politics, because we feel that it with something this big, it should be something that's done democratically. You know, we're very much about listening to what people have to offer before we actually make any decisions. So yeah, we may be the council or the cabinet, as we've taken to calling it, but we're a very we don't run top down. We run bottom up. We listen to people, and then we kind of base our decisions on what everybody else wants rather than what we want to do and making everybody else do it.
Very cool, very cool. I like that. And I don't know if we mentioned this before, but you guys, I think, have like, what, 7 council members or cabinet members?
Thereabout, yes.
Okay. Now, what are your thoughts so far from what you've seen? What do you think about the political system so far?
You know, it's been interesting. We actually weren't expecting it to be implemented this early on. Not that we weren't prepared for it, but from what we've seen so far, the people who are actually participating in it, it's been very, very interesting. I've seen everything from just people trying to, just advertise or campaign, I should say, in the new LFG channel, which unfortunately tends to get stuck in sort of that troll spam that has taken over that channel. But everything from that to, I've seen people, we've been approached at one point by somebody who wanted to be a political operative for us. He wanted us to hire him to kind of help us campaign. We've seen guilds that have come to us with deals as far as forming alliances and so forth, and kind of parsing out where they're going to be running in relationship to where we're going to be running. Okay. We have reports of a guild right now that I think we just declared. Yeah, we just declared war on Nightmare because they're going out right now, killing people in some of the lobby zones, saying, "Hey, vote for us, and we'll continue to raffle stomp you or whatever." So we're out there. Yeah. So we're out there clearing them out right now.
Awesome.
Just to kind of end that, because that's not cool. I don't care if you vote for us, but that's not cool.
Yeah, it's kind of bullying people. You're going to do it, or we're going to kill you. Yeah, I kind of see that. Now, yeah, I think the political system is doing a really good job as far as bringing folks together. It gives a little bit better of a social aspect to it. I'm really anxious to kind of see, once we get past, the initial voting, how everything's going to kind of play out. And so that kind of brings us to the next part of this, which is, let's say Carpe Noctum does get the Vanarch position. What are your guys' thoughts? I mean, are you guys going to leave things as PvP? You're going to maybe switch it to PvE? What are your thoughts about that?
So we've talked a lot about this, and the fact of the matter is, I mean, one of the nice parts about being a large guild is that we can actually make campaign promises that we can deliver on. And one of our big things that we wanted to say is, the reason we're going for the Veritas district, the political side of me says it's Latin for truth, and we are truthful and blah, blah, blah. But the actual matter is, we want it because it's one of the last leveling zones, and we kind of want that last stretch to be easy, kind of like pain-free. And one of our big pledges is that we're going to protect that zone. And so we're going to leave PvP open because we want to make sure that, people can do their thing. But if people start to poach and people start to PK out there and kind of ruin the leveling experience, rest assured Carpe Noctum will be out there to kind of to correct that, including in town. Okay. I mean, if you're a PKer, there's not going to be any place safe for you in my zone.
Good deal. Yeah, I like that. I think, you join a PvP server, a lot of folks are looking forward to doing the PvP. So, but it's also nice to know that, you guys aren't going to allow that poaching. So that's definitely a good.
I'm all for PvP. We joined a PvP server for a reason. You're just not going to do it in my zone.
Now, as far as not just the PvP, the other aspect is you're going to have the ability to have those different stores open, like the specialty stores, broker, tactics, magic instructors. What are your thoughts as far as prioritizing those?
Well, the nice part about that is, with a guild as large as we are, everybody who kind of got brought into this was made aware, we are going to be a political guild, and this is going to be a big part of it. And so, with that in mind, we're going to be able to, accrue a lot of these policy points a lot faster than a lot of guilds are, simply because the expectation's there. They know that they're gonna do it. And moreover, they're excited to do it. So. we haven't really set a priority because, quite frank, it's all going to be filled out so quickly that it's not really going to matter. You're going to see all the vendors and all the little perks pop up immediately, and that goes for taxes as well. Being a big guild, we don't really have to worry about money either. Now, I know it sounds nice, but but we're not really concerned about taxes. We're going to set it as low as the game will possibly let us do it.
Okay. Yeah, that was actually kind of my next question, to find out what you were thinking
sorry,
about
I didn't
taxes.
mean to cut you off there.
Oh, no. This makes everything just a lot easier for me here. So, yeah, I can kind of see that. That's definitely a good point to make, is that with your volume and with the number of actual unique users you guys have, it looks like it may be a little bit easier for you to, get those policy points, which I think is going to be an advantage for you guys versus the smaller guilds, unless the smaller guilds are just super active. So it's definitely a great point. I'm glad you brought that up. So since we pretty much covered most of the questions I had as far as the basics and things, was there anything that you thought you would like to add as far as to help the voters know Carpe Noctum and kind of any kind of incentive on why you would want them to vote for you?
Well, I think the biggest thing that I'd want them to consider is that in this particular case, you're not really voting a candidate, you're voting a guild. And, I'm as responsible as anybody else that's a member of Carpe Noctum. We're going to be participating in all the promises that we've listed. We've got some really cool ideas for for all the stuff that I listed before, but as well as we have some ideas for some death matches that we want to live stream and kind of commentate live on the web, so people can kind of participate on. I guess it kind of takes it out of the game a little bit, but we kind of want to have that sport feel to it as well. We're gonna have, like I said, all the policy points in place very, very quickly. So I mean, anything that the citizens, I suppose, would want, the guild as a whole is absolutely there to handle that for everybody. So anybody interested in or considering voting for somebody in that region, we'd appreciate if you consider it. If for no other reason, then we'll take care of whatever your needs are.
Okay. Well, that's awesome. The other thing too is you guys have actually already got like a video out as far as like an acceptance speech.
I saw that. We just actually posted on the official forums right now, but it's also available, if I can just put a quick plug in here, on our website, carpenoctum.us. Which kind of it's a little cheesy, but we thought it'd be a fun way to kind of enter in the race. And obviously on our website we have a lot of other information about our guild. If anybody had any questions, and of course, I encourage anybody who's interested to approach myself or any other member of the guild, for that matter, to kind of talk to us about what we might do if we are actually elected. We're very, very open to the public, so if anybody has any questions, by all means, feel free to whisper me in game or send me a mail or reach me on the official forums. We're available.
Awesome. Well, what I'll do for you is I'll get those links and I'll actually put them on my YouTube channel as far as with this video. That way it'll be a lot easier for folks to be able to get access to that too.
Excellent.
All right. Well, hey, I appreciate you taking time out of your day from questing and gearing and grinding, Tib. So appreciate having you, and it's been my pleasure.
Pleasure's all mine.
All right. See you later.
Bye.